I have a quick update. It is not too late to get in on this market before the next leg up. We are getting closer though every single day. We have more and more data coming out, more and more news that makes me think that we are pretty close to another big move up. As you can see here, we flipped the previous resistance around 6,000 to 110,000. We flipped that into support. We've done this a handful of times before and made big moves up. We are getting very close to one right now, and yet I still think you have some time. I want to go through that here today, give you my thoughts on why it's not too late, why we could see a very strong end of the year, and what's happening right now. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos like this. If you want to trade, check out BYDeFi. We just gave away $30,000 into people's BYDeFi accounts, over $30,000. The trading competition is finished. This was directly deposited within people's accounts, so nothing you had to do to claim it or anything like that. A bunch of random winners with $302, $330 bonus prize. And then some people made up to $7,500. This is not a new user bonus either. This is just something that we constantly run. We are going to do more of these in the future. However, now is the best of both worlds, because if you are a new user, you can sign up, deposit, and get a 10% bonus. And, I guess up to a 50% bonus on the smaller side. And then, if you deposit a lot, you can still get up to $2,000. And then we'll run more of these competitions in the future where you can win even more money. So check that out underneath the video. Congrats to everyone that's made some free money. That's awesome. As I said, I think now's a good time to be in the market, right? I just recently tweeted, imagine not having gone long on Bitcoin after 15% pullback, actually closer to 20% pullback, to the previous resistance. There was zero bad news. Literally, there was zero bad news. It was just like, we had some whales that were selling, and then we had some liquidations. That was the majority of why we were falling down in the first place. It's not like there's anything fundamentally wrong with the Bitcoin trade. And then we had clear guidance for significant rate cuts. Right now, after what's come out today, we have a 94% chance of 25 basis points, a 6% chance of 50 basis points through the end of the year. We are expecting 3 rate cuts. 3. So every meeting, we're expecting a rate cut. And then into next year, we're expecting more rate cuts. So 3 into the end of the year, and then we're expecting 1 to 2 more at the beginning of next year. So over a full percent drop from now until early next year. Now, this is typically the best quarter for Bitcoin, over the 4-year period between halvings. This is the best quarter. This is the explosive quarter. And we have been set up now to jump off this prior resistance, move up. We have rate cuts coming. We have assets hitting all-time high prices, whether it's the S&P 500 or Google or Amazon. And yet people are still bearish. Keep in mind that the Fed has all the power in the world to reduce by 25 basis points, 50 basis points. The U.S. payrolls were revised down by almost 1 million jobs. We had PPI, the inflation gauge that's actually forward-looking. We had it come in as deflation today. Deflationary PPI. We have CPI coming out tomorrow. So who knows? Sentiment could change a little bit with inflation between now and tomorrow. But keep in mind, this is the leading indicator. CPI and PCE are looking backwards. And I don't think it's too late, right? Even though we have all this news coming out that's really positive for Bitcoin, I don't think you missed the mark necessarily. Of course, it would have been good if you had been buying when I said for, 2,000, 3,000 videos in this time period. There was a good time to dollar cost average. I was dollar cost averaging this whole time. This was around the time that I stopped buying, right here. And then a year and a half later, just last week, I started slowly dollar cost averaging, very slow for me. But started to slowly dollar cost average to get that mindset back that I'm accumulating this asset. I'm accumulating Bitcoin. I'm not trying to get rid of it. Now, I don't think it's too late though, especially when you look at trading. Alexa, turn off. I don't think it's too late to trade. And I also don't think it's too late if you want to accumulate good assets for the long term. Of course, if you're buying this and you need 100% gain, that's never a good mindset, right? I don't care what time the market is. You can't guarantee a 100% gain with money that you need next month. That's just stupid, because inevitably you'll invest, it'll go down 10%, you'll put in more, it'll go down another 10%, you'll put in more, it'll go down another 10%, and then you'll sell it, and then you won't have enough money, and then you'll have to like come up with money from like credit cards or something like that. Don't do that. However, if you're looking at this now, you're still in before a lot of these big institutions that want to buy Bitcoin, like asset entity shareholders approve merger with Vivek R's strive to build. I have a hard time with his last name, Ramaswamy. They're going to buy $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. There are more and more companies like this that are going to buy all the like over the next 6 months. Now, I wouldn't go with everything you have in all your accounts to put into Bitcoin or some altcoin right now. Like you still have to have some amount of restraint. But with all this news, with the Fed lowering rates, that money that's sitting in treasury bonds, that's sitting in money markets, it hasn't quite flown into Bitcoin yet. Like there will be people that rebalance, but you know, maybe they're getting 4.25% on their money right now, maybe 4.5%. That will slowly dwindle down over the next 6 months. And as that happens, people will feel more and more like they're missing out because Bitcoin will hit 120, 125, 130. And they'll miss out on a 10% gain because they're trying to hold on to that 4% interest rate. And then they'll miss out on 20%, 30%. More and more good news will come out, and that will add fuel to the fire. Then the money will start flowing out, and it will happen before then. Even just with the next rate cut, there will be a little bit more rebalance into Bitcoin and risk on assets. Technically, this looks really good. Fundamentally, I think we're in a really good place. You look at RSI, we're at like 55. We're basically neutral, and we're $10,000 away, a 10% move away from all-time highs. So it's not like we're seeing some kind of blow off top. I have been trading, by the way. I have these Coin M positions. You can see that here, where you can trade crypto with crypto. So I put in $167 worth, or 167 XRP. I'm gonna earn 115 XRP. So I get to stack more XRP, and the XRP is more valuable than when I put it in. Same thing with Bitcoin, same thing with Solana. I've been able to stack more, and it's worth more, so that's pretty sweet. But then I also have my USDTM positions as well. All of them are in the profit. One looks like it's a little bit red, but that's because I rolled it when it was up 100% and put it into a isolated 5x. It was at like 60x, and I made 105 or 110%. And I rolled it again. So really, I'm still up like 65% at this time. But I opened this up when we fell down to, what was it, 108,300. When we were right around here, like almost the exact bottom. Within a day of the bottom, I opened up this position, and now we're bouncing. I'm going to leave this open. That's a cool thing about having, I don't want to say low leverage, because this is almost medium leverage for me, like 7x. It's a little bit more aggressive. But that's a cool thing about something below 10x, especially when you leverage on a pullback like this. You can leave it open for a while. Like I have a lot of cushion. The liquidation price was $94,000, $93,000. I knew that we had some support at $98,000, $100,000, $105,000. I knew that there are all these support levels that we'd have to break through, and I didn't think we were going to fall down to 93. Like, I don't think we're going to fall down 25% with no news, basically, was my thinking. And now we've started to rebound. So if you want to open up positions, we're still 10% away from all-time highs. If you want dollar cost average, I think as long as you're thinking about holding on to this for a while, I don't think now's the worst time to dollar cost average. And there's still altcoins, like quality altcoins, that are far away from their all-time highs. I mean, Ethereum still hasn't hit all-time highs this cycle. Solana, still, I talked about it like a month ago as one of my top altcoins right now because of the just the lackluster performance since Ethereum started to outperform. And it's only showing me a little bit here because Coin M hasn't been around that long with Solana. But we were at 160 when I opened up a new position just about a month ago. And yeah, now we're up to 220, 225. So it's starting to outperform. It's still like 20% away from all-time highs. I guess it would have to go up $80. So I guess it would have to go up 40% for it to hit all-time highs again. And yeah, with an alt season with more liquidity in the system, I think these are really going to outperform. But let me know your thoughts underneath the video. Let me know what you think about the market right now. I think it's looking really solid. I think there's a lot of good news coming. I think now is not the worst time to be trading. I think there's more clarity on a lot of things that we've been worried about than ever. So if you want to start trading, check out BYDeFi, check out BTCC, BitUnix, Weeks, Blowfin. There are links to all those underneath the video. Join my Telegram too. You can get free videos, and we give reminders about like different trading competitions and stuff like that. Appreciate you all watching. There is one-on-one support too if you're someone that trades a lot, like $5,000 positions and more. We can connect you in our whale chat through the Telegram, and you get one-on-one access to someone that works with /at BYDeFi. So there's something that came up like last week. There's a new feature, but there's like a small little thing that had to be changed, and basically the person that's in our group with us just switched it over for a bunch of people. And instead of having to wait in line, I've tried to reach Coinbase before and had to wait like 3 months for something to get resolved. And I was literally working with them and I still couldn't get to anyone. And yeah, that's really frustrating. And in crypto, it's important to get things done quickly, especially in a fast moving market. So you'll have one-on-one support. It's invaluable. So check that out underneath the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.